Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. So previously we already done with topic 8. Okay, but now we moving to topic 9. Inshallah, we will having two more topic for this syllabus. For this subject. Inshallah, I will try my best. If I already told you that on the next week, on 13 October will be our final test, right? So inshallah by um 13 and then by 12 sorry 11 October will be our last topic, okay? Because I feel that if I'm not finished, I still not finishing my syllabus, even though the another topic will not include because we have only a various topic that will be included for your final exam. You can check on your guideline assessment that I already stated there what topics and what format that will be included for your final task. Okay, so without further ado, I will proceed to the topic 9, which is engagement, empowerment, and motivations. So let's check it out. Okay, what is the topic about? Okay, so if you see from this topic 9, this is about they have three terms. Okay, this is not the new terms for you all. Okay, students, because this is the thing that you have to covered in, if I'm not mistaken, in subject principal practice of management (PPOM), and if I'm not mistaken, also this subject have been covered by Madam Ida in subject organization and behavior (OB). Okay, so this is not the new term for you. Maybe another subject from another school also you have seen this term, which is about engagement, empowerment, and motivation. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so but we are in a quality management subject. Okay, so what is employee engagement? I hope that you can see clearly. Okay, I think that 100 is more bigger, yeah, larger and bigger. Okay, employee engagement. Okay, what is employee engagement? Okay, when we're talking about engagement, how one of the employee and the another party, the another employee, and maybe employee and employer, they have a very I can say attachment, okay, how they've been close, okay, each other, and how to make sure that this engagement occur, okay, or arise. Bagaimana nak buat supaya berlakunya kita panggil engagement ni dalam bahasa Melayunya, sorry ya, excuse me to the foreign student, I do some translation for the local student. We do some close up, okay, relationship between the employer and also the employee. So dalam bahasa Melayunya kita panggil sebagai bagaimana kita nak ada satu, kita panggil dalam bahasa Melayunya dia sedang bermain dalam fikiran saya, bagaimana satu hubungan tu, hubungan antara majikan dan pekerja tu, dia boleh kita kata yang rapat, engagement. Ada pertalian, yes, that is the keyword. Ada pertalian dan ada hubungan yang rapat antara satu sama lain. Okay, so number one, they said it is stated in these slides. Okay, strong emotional bond to their organization. In order to make sure that the employee loyal and employee have the engagement, so the first one, they must be have a strong emotional bond. Dia mempunyai dari segi emosinya yang mempunyai kekuatan dan sentiasa mempunyai pertalian, bonding. Bonding ni ada kekuatan pertalian dengan organisasi tersebut. Meaning to say they are very loyal, they are very uh, trust, okay, their company, of course. How we want to have this strong emotional bond? Of course, number one, we have trust towards the organization. This organization never make the staff or the employee frustrated, okay? It keep on encouraging on motivation. So that is number one, emotional, okay? And number two, in terms of they have trust. Number two, they have, how to say that, um, it motivates you to go, okay, and work every day. So I believe that it also like internal intrinsic motivation, meaning to say you have trust, okay, and then of course they have like a bonding, okay, and then when whatever that you perform, okay, um, whatever that you expected, okay, uh, That's why they believe that you have gained some recognition. Apa yang you perform ataupun buat, ia berbalik kepada apa yang you expect untuk the company will give you back. So whatever that you give, you will get back. That is what you expected and is yes. And somehow the reason why the employee might be distracted, okay, because number one, I might say that in terms of they feel frustrated, okay, they feel frustrated and then they feel that in terms of the trust is not there, okay, no trustworthy. So the company is not believe me, why should I loyal to this company? So I tendency to have like not give 100% commitment to my work. So when we see this, okay, emotional bond, it have to have in the singles of the staff and are actively involved in committed to their work. So of course, you can see and you can compare, you can evaluate as the employer, as the boss, as the supervisor and managers, you can actively actually monitor how does their staff. If your staff is very enthusiastic, your staff is very committed, active, and whatever deadline be given, they can equip, they can give you the best as their performance within the deadline. So meaning to say they have like commitment, okay? They have the commitment, they are very committed, and they are very active, okay? This is some sort like in organizational behavior subject, okay? Or I can say that in the psychology part, because this is all about how the engagement can derive, okay? And the third one, the feels that their jobs are important, know that their opinions and ideas have a value. So what my point of view and what is my understanding towards this third statement is whatever they did was they feel that they are need by the company, and the company and the organization is very value about whatever that you do. So meaning to say in here, the jobs is very important. So whatever, let's say, okay, I'm not doing my class. I just let it be. I said, the class is not important. So how do you feel? You as my student will say, why this madam is not doing the class? So I have my intrinsic, my internal motivation saying that this job is not important. You see? So if we say that it's important, we can do the class. We can, yeah, we feel that we have to do the class, right? Because that is our responsibility. Okay, if like in based on our religion perspective, we feel that this is our amanah, all right? This is our things that been given to us, and we must have the what we call trustworthy. The student trusts me and I also trust the student. So we have the consensus. That's why we feel that the jobs are very important. And then you know that the opinions and the ideas have the value. So whatever the ideas were given to the company as well, to the organization, to my supervisor, to my managers, to head of department, my ideas been valued. What's been valued, or I might say is like valued, okay? Because why? Because they recognize the ideas from me and they didn't say that you are lower level, so you are not enough experience to make decision, or the ideas not recognized by you, or simply we can just, yeah, go with the flow. We don't even see whatever that the idea from you is being good enough to make the some decision. So this actually indirectly can demotivate, okay, your staff. But if you welcome them, you recognize them, you value them, of course, I believe each of the staff, they feel very appreciated. Okay, they feel the recognition and the existence of them in the company as well. Okay, and the last one often go beyond their immediate job responsibility for the good of the organization. So whatever they be given to them, okay, to us, okay, if you do some comparison, let's say I give you some situations, all right, in some circumstances, okay, let's say maybe you're comparing with my style of the teaching and with the another lecture. Why those lectures being like live lectures, or some lectures being like recorded lectures, okay? Because maybe some lectures they only just have Google Class, and some lectures they have like Neo platform, or some maybe they need to do the record version and put and retrieve and download it from, and some else they don't have this. So why is the reason? Why is they have a differentiation? Okay, number one, Bear in mind, every single of the lecturers or maybe teachers, they have their own way on how they want to deliver the not languages but the knowledge, right? So whatever the language that we use, whether bahasa English, whether it's bahasa Melayu, Malay languages or English languages, they will try to make sure that your students is in the know, okay, whatever that you teach, okay, you share the knowledge to them. So somehow they have some like beyond their immediate job responsibility, okay, they can do more and more, right? Maybe they do some like, I can say that this is effort, you know, every lectures they have their own effort, whatever they use the medium, I can say that is their creativity. For me, I don't care if the lecturers want to use the Google Classroom. It's up to them because they preferred that one. And some lecturers maybe they preferred to use the new. And some students prefer GC compared to new. But for me, the party that having the good and profitable knowledge during this time is you, the student. Because the more the merrier. Some lecturers may be using Microsoft Team. Okay, maybe they use blue big button 3B. So you are recognized multiple and various of methodology and also platform to learn online learning. See, because the lectures is put some effort beyond their responsibility, not just sharing, okay, not just sharing blah 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 like that done, okay, but they also record. And do you think everybody has a very stable in the internet? The answer is no. One is me. Okay. I do. I try many times, you know, and all of a sudden, you see, for those who are joining me in the earlier class, right? I keep on like talking alone. All of a sudden, actually, I've been kicked out from this Google Meet. Okay. This is my problem. I already told to my dean about this problem. Okay. So what is my close action is the alternative is to record, because to make sure that my student can get the knowledge, right? So yeah, often go beyond, so meaning to say you do extraordinary job to make sure that the employee has the strong engagement to this. But for me, as a personal opinion, the lecturers have the strong engagement with the students. If not, the students feel like, yeah, nothing, you know, every time attended the class there is nothing, okay, no gain knowledge. And bear in mind, whatever that you learn in here, this is what might you use for your future. You can go to work by using your certificate here, or maybe you further your study, your degree level, your master's level using this knowledge. We don't ask you to pay us, okay, once you get the job, better job, and then to get, yeah, more levels after this, we don't ask, okay, 10,000 giving to us because they know what we pray for you is you're successful. Okay. All right. So yeah, I already go beyond, okay, the explanation on this employee engagement. But what I'm trying to say to you, how to make sure that we have this close out, okay, closure, okay, we have some indicator attachment between the employer and the employee. All right. So we're moving on to the next slide, which is how the engagement leads to the quality. Okay, bagaimana pertalian atau kekuatan perapatan ni, boleh panggil perapatan, attachment lah. I like to use the word attachment. How disclosure apabila kita engage, okay, between the leads to the quality, how it's related, because this is according to the research, okay. The research have been done by the quality scholars saying that this is the few factors the engagement believed to have leads to the quality. Number one, engagement will be actually impact to the continuous improvement, which is said is in the Japanese word is kaizen, okay, perubahan ataupun menambahbaikan sentiasa berterusan. Okay, so that is continuous improvement. And the second one, because this is according to research, I know this research, okay. So when we're talking sorry, yeah, all of a sudden, every time I do my record to you all, will be have some interference in here. The job satisfaction, okay, meaning to say whatever the engagement between the employer, the organization, and also the employee as well will derive this job satisfaction. Job satisfaction among to whom, meaning to say the company as well, the employee itself and also the employer as well. Because why? When we have this job satisfaction, everybody will peace. Can I say that? Everybody will peace. Yeah, everybody will be pleased and peace with the job be given to you and to the company as well. Semua orang akan berada dalam keadaan harmoni, dalam keadaan yang tenang, dalam keadaan yang sentiasa berpuas hati. What happen is, let's say the job is dissatisfied, so everybody keep complaining. So that is the thing that we have to have this engagement, okay? To make sure that the engagement derive what is the factor that we have in the first slide just now. Okay, all right, and then of course is the quality product and the customer service. Because why? The continuous improvement keep on having in this long process. Sentiasa ada kaizen, sentiasa ada icon is Arabic words, sentiasa berubah, keep changing, because we cannot satisfy at one level. Bila ada continuous improvement, there will be job satisfaction and there will impact to the quality products. Produk tu akan berkualiti sebab sentiasa ada penambahbaikan. Why Honda compared to the another Mercedes-Benz? Why Honda more actually attractive towards the customer? Okay, why the customer attract this product? Because it keep having their R&D. They keep having the continuous improvement to make sure it's on green and it's keep in the market. Why suddenly they still have the customer who are preferred to Mercedes? Because Mercedes-Benz is the green. Can I say that the green one? They call as green viral, green standards. So meaning to say it's in for those who are preferred to the all-star. They're still maintaining the previous star. Okay, so everybody have their preferences, right? So this is how we can look into these quality products and also the customer service. Okay, when it comes to the customer service, this is a big discussion that we can go in our discussion of these topics, because when we're talking about the customer service, this is how we react to the customer as well, because the customer will have the satisfaction when buying the product or they gain their services. Are you get me? Alright, so we're moving on to the next one, the advantage of the employee engagement. Apakah kebaikan, okay, apabila kita membuat, kita panggil sebagai close ataupun attachment with the employee, okay? Sekejap ya. I think that I want to like, what is actually the meaning of this engagement in Bahasa Melayu, because I feel like why I use the attachment, still English, right? Okay, so engagement in Bahasa Melayu, engagement in Malay, they say in here tunang, it's not tunang. Okay, how to say that? Oh, maybe I should translate in engagement, employee engagement, right? Takkanlah, yeah. They say in here pelibatan pekerja, penglibatan. So meaning to say the participations from the employee. So for me, engagement is can be like involvement, the existence, and also your attachment. But I still prefer the word attachment. Engagement in here meaning you have tie, okay? You have tie, you ada ikatan dengan company tersebut. Okay, so the first one, what is the advantages? It replaced the adversarial mentality with trust and cooperation. I already told you before in my first slide just now. We talking about the trustworthy, right? So when we do have this employee engagement, we already replace whatever the mentality, don't trust the lower levels, don't trust your staff, you don't know. So we already revoke, okay, kita sudah buang semua mentality yang dari segi kepercayaan dan kerjasama tadi, yang tak bekerjasama dan sebagainya. So we do have replaced them with something like mentality of trust, okay, and cooperations. And the second one, they develops the skills and leadership capability of individuals, creating a sense of the mission and fostering trust. So in here, who is develop the skills? Develop the skill among their employers, okay, the supervisor, the managers, and also the employees as well. because we want to make sure that they can actually cope and indirectly their leadership skill is developing. Mereka nak supaya cara kepimpinan mereka, okay, kemahiran kepimpinan tu berdiri dengan sendiri. Gitu, okay. So the capability of the individuals, okay, how we want to know whether this individual have the capability to become a leader. I told you before, I do not know whether in this class or other classes, leaders is not being born, okay, but leaders can be developed. It's not as well that you whack and then you come out from your mom's womb, okay? You'll be delivered by your moms and then suddenly become a leader. No, I don't think like Tuma Hadi moms also will know that his son become the prime minister. You get me? So this is the thing that we have to develop. Even it start from the class itself, even start is from the home itself. How the parenting skill to develop the capability, their parents have the trustworthy towards their kids. Okay, so then it's developed and then come to the school and come to university, colleges, and then they start to have this leadership up to the company that they start to work. Okay, and then they are creating a sense of mission. Okay, of course whatever that we want to do, there must be an objective, there must be a goal. So that is the mission. Because why? Again, I retrieve back, mission is the short term goal, goal jangka masa pendek, meaning to say what you want to achieve within, okay, this current, sudden shaking, bila bercakap naik shift. Okay, when I'm too excited to explain, everything is shaking. My table and also my camera. Okay, so we are talking about the sense of the mission, whatever that you want to achieve, okay, and fostering trust. So when we're talking about fostering trust, we encouraging you to have the trustworthy, to whom? By the managers to their employees. And in another terms, we call this one is empowerment. You give some trust to your employees to make decision, or maybe in the what we call leadership style, we call as delegative style. Delegative style is giving 90% of their trust to their employees to make decision. So no need to wait for your managers, your subordinate, your supervisor, your managers, your immediate superior in order to make decision. You can make it. So when you have these kinds of what we call empowerment, or indirectly the words in here employee engagement, indirectly you have like this fostering trust among your employees. And then we're moving to the increased employee morale and commitment to the organization. So when we're talking about this employee morale, bukan mural mural tu yang lukisan dekat dinding. Morale meaning to say your moral. Okay lah, bahasa Melayunya moral kita lah. Okay, you can increasing the employee morale and the commitment, okay, to the organization. The employee will feel like you are a part of the organization. So I should do like this, I cannot do this, I cannot take a bribe. Yeah, this is the current issue, right? I should not take bribe, I cannot breach the ethics of work. I believe that this is shouldn't done by me, because why? My commitment to the organization. The company needs me. So when you have this self-belonging, when you have the self of belonging to the company as well, meaning to say you actually have something like responsibility. Okay, highest. In what is the best word? The highest responsibility. You rasakan tanggungjawab yang sangat besar kepada company tersebut. Okay, so that's why indirectly when we have this employee engagement, we actually encouraging your morale to become a good, and of course to become the excellent employee. We have a good moral ethics and also commitment, committed to the organization. Okay, and the next one, foster creativity and innovation. What is this? Think out of the box, not just like a frog under the leaf. Kita berfikir di luar kotak. Okay, even though I believe that right now we don't see the box, but the box in here is referring to our brain. We try to think out something like from our brain. Okay, what is this? The source of the competitive advantage. Why I say so? Why we keep on? Why we should actually keep on highlighting on this competitive advantage, because you want to make sure that you can actually competing others. I give very simple. What is the difference between graduates from IIC and others? Maybe some say same, madam. It's not same. What the thing that they have in you is number one, um I believe that this is my trust towards my students. Okay, you are in the kinds of international environment, even though not so seen as international. You have to force yourself to speak in English even though you don't have to. Because why? How you want to communicate with your international friends if you're not using English, even though you are from basic, you try your best to speak, because if you don't speak English, because English is lingua franca, okay, compared to the local college, maybe they used to have like comfort zone to speak in bahasa, right? And that is the difference between you and others. Second, maybe you have like competitive advantage in having like more than one language. For example, you take Mandarin language class, you take Arabic class. So that makes you different. Even like our international student, they take bahasa class, right? So this is how, even though bahasa kebangsaan A, bahasa kebangsaan B, you learn something different, okay? So that's make you different from others. So why the reason we foster this creativity and innovation? How you look into one angle when you see something, do you think differently? How you want to think differently? I give very simple example. Okay, so yeah, I give very simple example. Let's say we talking about this coffee. Okay, because this coffee I got it from this vendor machine. You know, vendor machine. Before this, there is no vendor machine. Okay, how does those people innovator come up with this vendor machine? How we want to get drinks if let's say it's exceeding the durations of the time of restaurant, for example. Let's say after like 10 p.m. or maybe after this, or some restaurant is 24 hours, right? Okay, that is different story. Let's say we want to get this coffee, but it's operated 24 hours, okay, with you can get flexible and it's very hygiene and so forth. So they think something like basic, okay, basic things like vendor machine. So now vendor machine is not just like drinks, you know, they have food, even though they have certain like, you know, a fresh food, okay. And somehow I see some certain they have also vendor books, you know. They're selling books but using vendor machine and newspaper. Okay. So this is the thing, we fostering creativity. That the simple example. Or maybe we think something like what we can do. Like even simple like pen. Yeah, this pen or marker, for example, right? So what we want to think. Okay, let's say if I write something, I want to rub it. Is it any rubber or eraser for the marker? So maybe you can create even though they don't have before this. Kan tak ada pun. There is no rubber, but for the mechanical pencil, they have the rubber. But how about the marker? Is it the marker permanent or is just temporary? So you can think this. Even simple like this, you can think out of the box. Okay, how people understand the quality principles and instill this principle into the corporate culture. So how we want to make sure that we can help those people to understand the quality principles. It's not easy, but you can actually encouraging them to that. And then they say in here, how we want to make sure that the quality principles can be instilled into the corporate culture, meaning to say you believe that every single thing there must be have the quality. Okay, if not, there is no such thing. Okay, because whatever that we did, we not just like do as long it's finished done. No, it must be have the quality requirement. Okay. And the next one allows the employees to solve the problem at the source immediately. So meaning to say whatever the problems that might be occur, they must go with the root cause. Identify the problem first. Why is the problem happen? Okay. Can we find out the alternative to solve the problem? So allow the employees to if you see sudden like this, it's meaning to say that I have error in my math. Okay. my mind is all sudden is not functioning. Okay, so it's okay, we can proceed. So in here, when we're talking about allows the employees to solve the problem, you give some like authority, you give some like empowerment for the employees to solve the problem, and of course they have to solve the problem immediately. So somehow, why the reason employee have the fast in terms of solving the problem compared to their maybe bosses, and I can say that they are superior, their immediate superior, or maybe like supervisor or head of department, because those people, okay, the employee itself is doing the job. So they know what is the hiccup when doing the job. Dia tahu ada benda-benda yang tersedak ni, ada benda-benda yang tak betul, ataupun ada benda yang mungkin tak kena, ada error. There will be like a faulty parts. So this faulty part is easily retrieved by this employee who are doing that current job. Ni kita namakan sebagai OJT. Meaning to say on the job training. So those people are doing that job, so they know where is the part they have tendency to become error and faulty, or all sudden become hiccup to the, maybe for example, production. And then improve the quality and productivity. This is the most important, because why? Whatever that we have this tendency employee engagement, we actually encouraging people to have fostering their quality improvement, continuous improvement. In Kaizen words is like called, Japanese word is called Kaizen, and in Arabic word is called as Itqan, 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 meaning to say try to improve until it meet the benchmark. Alright, so that is the advantages ataupun kebaikan, ataupun that is a good side, positive on the employee engagement. Oh, they don't have this advantage. Alright, employee involvement. Ini bila kita letakkan satu keadaan, we put into the circumstances that we involve, okay, like participating, employee participating, involvement, attachment. There is a lot of words actually synonym to this. Any activity by which employee participate in work-related decisions and improvement activity with the objective of tapping the creative synergy of all employees and improving their motivation. So meaning to say in here, any kinds of activity from A to Z, they involve, okay, this participation from employees, and then of course it work related decision, okay, and of course it improvement activity, whatever it is, okay, and with the objective of taping ni dengan matlamatnya lah, untuk memastikan supaya mereka boleh go together. They can go and move together with the creative synergy. What means synergy? Synergy meaning they have alignment. Apa alignment? Keseimbangan. Okay, they have creative energies for all the employees and improving their motivation. So kita nak the alignment, the synergies for all employees and also the managers itself, the company itself is together to improve their motivation. That is employee involvement. Just now I told you about this term. What is empowerment? This is about the terms. Empowerment meaning to say you giving some such authority. You memberi kuasa. Siapa? The company, okay, or the managers, or head of department, the supervisors, immediate superior, okay. Those people from top management is giving the authority to the lower level. Giving people authority to do whatever is necessary to satisfy the customer and trusting employees to make the right choices without waiting for management approval. Tak perlu tunggu sebarang green light ke, red light ke, yellow light ke to you. You just go with the flow. You just keep continuing whatever that you feel necessary to do the actions and go ahead. You can do it, okay? So this is something like I can say that it's a power, of course. It's about the power and it's about the authority, okay? Authority. Maksudnya kita diberi kuasa. We've been given opportunity to make decision. But at the same time, you have to be like not solely, oh, I have this power and I can do whatever that I want. No. In other side, you've been given because your managers, your supervisor, your company as well is giving some trust towards you. And indirectly something like challenge to you, whether you can make rational decision making. Okay, all right. And of course, make the right choice without waiting for the management approval. Because why? In the bureaucratic, okay, policy, this is the thing make a very late decision making because or pending or extension or delay. Okay, because why? Because we have to wait a lots of the authority to make the approval. I'm sorry to say this is the kind of the company who implement bureaucratic policy. Terlalu banyak bureaucratic nak tunggu pengarah kanan ni, penolong kanan ni. Mungkin some of you is not agree with me for this, right? You have to wait many party to give some like approval. So it's really tiring. Okay, it's really tiring and exhausted. Somehow supposedly you done your job between October month up to the approval, some sort until the end of the year, then you can get the approval. It takes 2 months. Of course, some people say it's about policy. It's about policy, standard of procedures, standard of policy. But it's too long. Maybe you can shorten the process to make the quick decision. Okay, a sincere belief and trust in people, that is empowerment, the keywords in here, right? Okay, so the example of the empowerment, apakah contoh-contoh dalam bentuk empowerment ni yang memberi kuasa kepada orang bawahan atau staff kita untuk membuat keputusan? Managing works as individual or teams. Okay, so you manage the work as individuals or teams, so you can be like in the parts of individual as well, okay, or maybe our team. Maybe you learn in CV or not CV, but in OB class, right? What's the difference between individuals or teams? Yeah, of course, when we manage work in the individual as well, we have the 100% authority to make decision because you are alone. But when you are in the team, you have to get some consensus from your team members. If not, they will put something like blame to you. You are the one who made decision, right? So you not get something like permission or consensus from us. We don't agree with your idea. Actually, we don't agree with your decision, but you decide on your own. So that is not empowerment. Empowerment means to say you can manage work. If you are alone, fine, individual. Individualistic, most probably they are independent. Whatever they think and whatever they judge, whatever the decision based on their judgment. Selalunya keputusan yang dibuat oleh secara individu ni, dia percaya dengan judgment dia sendiri. But that is in individual team. No, individual, not team. But teams meaning to say more than one person. So you have to get some consensus from your team members. Okay, making traditional managerial business decision. So this is something like to say that when traditional way is a lot of bureaucratic, but when we do have managerial words in here, we need to say whatever the business decision, you just now giving some others, okay, that can have the rights to make decision. So managerial, pihak pengurusan keseluruhannya, bukan you saja as a boss, okay. Going outside of the job description to help customer. So meaning to say, you are not saying, I'm not doing this thing because this is not my JD. So this is how people avoiding their job, you know. If let's say the JD, the job is not within their JD, they will claim like that. They will say, this is not my JD. Why should I do this work? And I not be paid for this. But if you have this empowerment concepts, you have to do out of from your boundaries. So you have to help the customer, for example, for the customer service, because the customer needs your how to say assistant as ASAP, okay, as soon as possible. What you can actually try to help them by phone call, and then maybe they call you and then they need some assistance. How should I control this one? I cannot do. So you assist them from phone. So that is out from your JD, but it's empowerment. You can tell them, you can assist them, okay? And then taking risk for the goods of the organization, even at a short-term cost. So Yeah, this is the thing that we have to bear, because whatever you taking the risk, if let's say the risk is giving some beneficial to your company as well, so go ahead. And then even at the short term cost, sometimes they have like necessary cost, they have to be, yeah, calculated into that decision. But as long as, okay, it's for the beneficial for the company, yeah, just proceed. Okay, all right, so we're moving on to the next one, management action needed for empowerment. Apakah tindakan pengurusan ataupun pihak atasan ni lah untuk memastikan supaya we need this empowerment, kita perlukan authorized authority to make decision. Identify and change organizational condition that make people powerless. So we need some change management in the company as well. We cannot just put into the traditional way, there must be only the boss make decision. Tak nak macam tu. We identify and change. We try to, the change is doesn't mean change is only for the bad side. Okay, change meaning to say you want to get a good things and improve something that better and much better. Okay, and of course, they say in here organizational condition. If let's say the company is just stuck like this, so why not we change? Maybe we can get some better result on this. Okay, so they can say condition that make people powerless. So meaning to say, it doesn't mean people powerless, but you actually delegate. That is the best word. You membahagikan membuat keputusan ni kepada orang-orang yang dipercayai, pada orang yang you percaya. So you delegate your power and authority to others. Okay, but not shifting the burden. Bukan you terus, okay, bagikan apa semua bebanan tugas you pada orang lain. Tidak, you delegate the task. And then number 2, increase people confidence that their efforts to accomplish something important will be successful. So when you as the lower level, maybe middle level, you've been given trust by your company, your managers, your head superior to make the decision. You feel that, okay, this is the time I want to see my capability to make decision. So I can actually indirectly increase my confidence levels. Why? Because this is the thing that you should see your capability, whether you are really genuine with your decision making or not. So that is the confidence level have to be rise. Macam tu cara keyakinan boleh dipertingkatkan. Sebab apa? Bila kita tak ada cabaran, macam mana kita nak buat keputusan? When you have something like crucial to make this decision. Actually, according to research, okay, it's been stated that along the year, not along the year, a day, okay, a human being make 2,000 decision making. Mengikut kita kata daripada kajian, seorang manusia membuat keputusan maksimum sebanyak 2,000 satu hari. Padahal kita rasa mana ada saya buat keputusan, bangun pagi, buka mata, mandi, kalau tak mandi, kalau online learning tak payah mandi pun tak apa. Contoh But this is the thing that you have to take into the account, that even a simple thing that you decide yes or no is decision. You want to wake up in the morning, yes or no? Is yes. I have to wake up in the morning because I have class. Right. You want to drink or no? So that is the decision according to research saying that 2,000 decision making made by one person human being in a day, per day. Satu hari dalam lebih kurang 2,000 kita buat keputusan tanpa sedar lah. Kita tak sedar apa benda tu. Okay. Without realize. Okay. And then theoretical basis for empowerment. Okay. Why you should make this empowerment? That is the theoretical basis. Okay. What is the basic to make empowerment? So number 1, customer satisfaction is correlated to employee satisfaction. Dia kata this customer satisfaction relate to employee satisfaction. When the customer satisfied, employee satisfied. Significant correlation value, result. Dua-dua. Bila customer satisfied, employee satisfied. Yes, because why? When you able to satisfy your customer indirectly, you are doing the good job. Okay. Wait, there is a lot. Okay. Masya Allah, this is also decision making. Okay, where am I? Okay, employee attitudes correlate strongly to higher profits. Yeah, because why? Um, yeah, okay. I think that number one, I still not explaining very well. Okay, when the customer satisfied is correlated to employee satisfaction, because why? Customer satisfied, they give some recommendation, they give testimony, they give their review. This good product, I've been liaised with this seller, and the seller is very friendly, and the seller is giving something like free gift to me, for example, right? So when you are the one who are being saying as a seller there, you feel satisfied because everything, the review, testimony, and comments from them actually will put into your KPI, okay, key performance indicator, okay, and that will be selected whether you get the bonus increment or you get the merit pay for your performance. So employee also will satisfy on that. Okay, it's a small for you, maybe small effect. It's only just a words, and maybe it's just only just a few words to make sure that you feel blessed when you are doing your work, your good job, right? So customers appreciate it. So how the customer appreciated it is through their words, okay? Even though like call you or maybe just type in the platform or any like website like Shopee, for example, right? Giving some rating star, 5 star, if they can give twinkle twinkle little star so they can give, right? And then yeah, that makes your as its employee, they're very satisfied. And then employee attitudes correlate strongly to higher profits, okay? When the employee is satisfied, they will motivate to do work, and then it will be impact to the profits of the company because it involves productivity. Every customer satisfied, so every employee satisfied, and it goes with the company profits. And the last one, empowerment leads to the improved motivations and morale. Because why? When you keep doing a good job, you are actually working at the excellence performance, and it's actually improve your motivation, all right, and as well as better quality, the productivity and speed of this decision making. No need to wait for a long approval. I think that is the best of the words to say that for the good of why we need to do and implement this empowerment. All right, now we're moving to the next one, the principle of empowerment. Okay, number one, empower sincerely and completely. Dia kata empower sincerely and completely, meaning to say when you give some like a person in charge, okay, to make the decision, so make sure you are not totally choose this person because of you want to scold them, not punish them, no, but you sincerely appreciate whatever the commitment that he or she given to the company and to the department is really good. So you sincerely choose this person and completely, and of course it's establish mutual trust. I told you before, empowerment must have the consensus between the employee and staff, okay, sorry, the employer and employee, and the staff and the bosses as well. So that's why they have to make sure that they have encouraging on this mutual trust. Okay, trustworthy. Provide employees with the business information. So as the employee itself, you have to familiar about what your business and business cycle that you are doing. Okay, what environment they are. So you have to be familiar about this thing too. Okay, not just only saying that, okay, my boss favor me, they are really appreciate me, they interested to me whatever that I'm doing the work. No, it's not such thing, but you as yourself too familiar, and you have to cope with this the business environment, and of course the business information have to be derived. You can gain that knowledge, And then ensure that the employees are capable. I told you before, you are not choose these employees because you want to punish them, you want to scold them, you want to penalize them, but it's actually the employees for to show their capability. Okay, you feel that you have that instinct that this employee have the capability, and then don't ignore the middle management. Okay, so when you empowering, okay, you're not actually remove this middle management, because middle management still need in order to supervise this lower level to make decision. If not, it will become something like there is no head and tail. You know, tak ada ekor, tak ada kepala. Because this middle management no overall. Okay, overall, but they will actually supervise indirectly and assist, okay, to make sure that you are not wrongly making decision, and change the reward system. So this is the most important, because why? Because we want people do the job being empowered, being empowered, meaning to say there must be something to be rewards to you. It's not just free job, it's not just free work. Everything that you did is something that to be rewarded. That is the win-win situation. We don't want that only the company take for granted for your effort, your capability, but other else, there is no reward system after all. Alright? So we want that they have win-win situation. I give and perform the best for the company, so the company will, how to say, the company will give the best to me as well. The company will rewards me as well. All right. So I think that is for now for part one. Inshallah, when once you're done with this part one, I will give you the link. And of course, once it's done, I will share the link, and then I will continue on the part two back to make sure that we can finish the syllabus on time, inshallah. Assalamualaikum. And again, please do not hesitate to ask the question, because I will believe you to do this mind map for this topic too. And yeah, ask the question below my video here or in our official group WhatsApp. Take care and stay healthy, stay safety, and please make sure follow the SOP, even though it's already in the phase 3 in Selangor right now. Okay, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And bye-bye.